G'day cocktail lovers. I decided I needed some coconut rum in my bar. I haven't had any for a while. And while there are some good coconut rums out there on the market, let's be honest, a lot of stuff out there marketing itself as coconut rum is rubbish, not mentioning any names like Malibu. There are some real rubbish ones out there, and I've seen lots of people making their own, and I like to experiment, so I decided to go for it. I had some nice organic, unprocessed coconut oil in the kitchen, and it's the type that actually goes solid at room temperature. So the first step you want is your coconut oil to be liquid. That involved getting some and just putting it in a saucepan, heating it really gently. You don't want to cook it, you don't want to burn it, just need it to melt, and that happens pretty quickly. And hey, if you do it and video it, you might even have your camera in focus when you do it, you know, if you want. When I had liquefied my coconut oil, I did a mix about 100 mils of coconut oil to 400 mils of white rum. This is an experiment. I looked at the various ratios people suggested. The ratios were between 4:1 and 6:1. I thought, I kind of want a strong coconut flavor, so I'm going to go 4:1 and do it that way. You put it in some sort of container you can have a lid on, and then give it a shake so it blends, and then let it sit for somewhere between 2 and 6 hours, depending how much time you have. I left it for 6 hours, and you just shake it every now and then to get that really happening. After it's had this time to infuse, you want this coconut oil to re-solidify. Now most people say put it in the freezer for anywhere from an hour to overnight. This stuff tended to solidify at room temperature. So the freezer was overkill for me. I just left it in the fridge for a while, and the oils rise to the top and solidify. So there's a big thick disc of coconut oil at the top. You got to break through that and get your precious rum out. And just to make sure there were no little bits in there, I did a simple filter, poured it through a paper coffee filter, and I've got this nice clear coconut rum. I should have a taste. I'll just use my jigger to have a little taste straight from the bottle. And it's not just a nice coconut vibe in there, it's just got a little bit of a silky mouthfeel from the coconut oil. That's worked really well. So I'm going to do my standard road test for a new rum. I'm going to make a daiquiri. I'm keeping the recipe fairly simple. 2 ounces, 60 mils of rum, followed by 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lime juice, and half an ounce or 15 mils of sugar syrup. Now add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds, and then just strain that into a chilled coupe. While I was in a creative mood, I did a little bit of an experiment. I thought, what sort of liqueur would I get if I mixed this same white rum with some cream of coconut I've made? And so I went ahead and did that. How that turned out is after I let it sit, it would always separate. The cream of coconut and the rum would separate. Not completely, but there'd always be this separation. So I had to make a decision. Do I leave it as is and just shake it every time before I use it? Or do I filter out the solids? I decided to filter out the solids. Rum liqueur came through still cloudy, milky color, which is, you know, that's fine. That's kind of what I was expecting. Then I just went, you know what? I'm just gonna add some pineapple juice and some more rum, and this is now an instant pina colada. I have a little bit of it here. I'm not even gonna measure. I'm just gonna chuck it on ice. We're gonna give that a shake. And I think I'll just serve this in a coupe as well. Side by side time. My daiquiri. Ah, hell yeah. That is a class daiquiri. The coconut element is actually taking the edge off the tartness of the lime juice, which is really nice. So if you like your daiquiri tart and you're doing this type of drink, you might want to add even a little bit more than you usually do. Me, I like it like this. And how's my instant pina colada? That is a pina colada. Big surprise! Anyway, so I've got a big bottle of instant pina colada and some really nice coconut rum to go ahead. I hope that maybe inspires you to try it yourself, because it's pretty easy to do. A little bit of fiddling around, but not exactly difficult. And honestly, much better than most of the store-bought stuff you get. And, you know, in the meantime, back in my double fisting bullshit. I better knock these two off, and I'll see you sometime soon. Cheers!